Alright, welcome back. Today is day 2 for Office 365 administration course, and today we are going to learn the basics of Office 365, meaning how can we access our Office 365 tenant and how can we basically go through different options that we have. So if you remember, in our previous class we created a new Office 365 tenant, right? So everyone created a new tenant. Today we will see how can we actually access the new tenant that we just created. Okay, so we created a new tenant, new Office 365 environment. Today we will see how can we simply access that tenant. Alright, so let me get started. How do you access your Office 365 environment? If you ask me, how do I access Office 365? You can go to your browser, like it can be Internet Explorer, it can be Google Chrome, it can be Firefox, Microsoft recommends Edge browser, but you can use any other browser that you have. So in order to access Office 365, you can always go to your browser and type portal.office.com and press enter. Alright, so while I am doing this, you can also do it so that you know, you can practice. So in order to access your tenant, you can do portal.office.com, and then for me here it was pljoe at ktrains.onmicrosoft.com. So this was my tenant that I created on the first day. If you remember, this is my tenant that I created on the first day. So pljoe is my username, ktrains is my company name, and .onmicrosoft.com is the Office 365 environment that I have for my tenant. I will click on next. Now I have to type my password. So if you remember, I also set a password the other day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that password to log in. Let me see what was my password. I hope I did not forget. Okay, let me see that. Okay, cool. So that was my password. So when I clicked here, you can see that help us protect your account. As you can say that whenever you go to cloud, you always want to basically do what? You always want to make sure that you're protected, right? Because you are on the cloud. When you are on the cloud, there are a lot of security problems, security concerns. That's why Microsoft always recommends that you use two-factor authentication. So for now, we are going to skip it because we are just starting. But in future, we will learn how to enable this and how to use this. So skip now. And it is telling me stay signed in. I will say yes, so that I don't have to type password again and again in my computer. This is my computer. I trust it. That's why I will say yes. If it's not your computer, don't say yes. So close. Once you close that, now you can see that I am logged into my Office 365 environment. On the right hand side, you can see I have PE. PE is always your username initial. So if you click there, you will see who is logged in. Right now, who is logged in? pljoe is logged in, right? So you can add your photo too if you want. So by clicking in there, you can say upload new photo, and in here, you will simply do what? You will choose a new picture, like whatever picture you have. So, I simply chose a picture, a funny picture. So I chose this picture, but you can choose your picture if you want to, and click on apply. So now you have done what? You have chosen the picture here. So this is your profile picture for your Office 365. So basically you can use yours. Alright, so this is the main screen for your Office 365, and in here you can see that any document that you open, any document that you work on, it will basically tell you your activity. So this page will tell you your activity, okay? So this page will show you your activity, like it will tell you if you have opened any file, if you have edited any file, it will basically tell you all those things. Alright, so we will come back to this. Now you can see that this is called App Launcher. So you see this dots that you see here, this is called App Launcher. If you click on App Launcher, it will basically tell you all applications that you have. If you click on this option, all apps, you can see I have Calendar, I have Excel, I have List, I have OneDrive, OneNote, all different applications. All different applications. I have admin too. Do you know why I have admin? Because I am administrator. Alright? If you log in as a simple user, you will not see admin here. Right now, I am seeing admin here. Why? Because I am the admin. And I am able to see Excel. If you want to work with Excel, with Word, with any application, you can basically do that from here. So these are different applications that you have access to within this tenant. Alright, so these applications that you see here, all of them are based on licenses that you assign to a user. So if a user doesn't have a license for Office application, they will not be able to see it. But right now, I am able to see it because I have all those licenses assigned. Alright, so now let's get started with administration, right? So we will focus more on the admin part. So in here, you have this admin option. When you log in, you can click on it and you can see that it is asking me again to basically do what? To skip or use it. I will skip it for now because we will learn about it. So skip for now, and this is the administration portal. So this is just for admins, okay? This is just for administrators. This is not for normal users. This is not for what? This is not for normal users. This is just for administrator. So now, once we have this, you can see that in here we have home, we have users, we have groups, we have billings, and we have setup. So let's get started from home. So on the home, you can see that it is basically doing what? It is giving us information. So right now you can see on the billing, the cost is 0. But when you start purchasing, when you start paying, it will tell you how much money you are paying, how much is your balance, and how can you pay. So you can see that if you click on balance, it will tell you what? It will tell you your balance, like how much money you have to pay. On the payment method, what you can do is you can basically add your credit card. So companies add their credit card in here. Alright? So that it will do auto pay. It will do what? It will do auto pay. And if you click on billing profile, you can create profile for your billing. So right now we are paying nothing because it's a test environment. We are not paying anything because it's a trial environment. Then we have user management. Let's go with user management. If I expand this and click on active users, active users will tell you how many users do we have. It will tell you how many users do we actually have. So now basically you can see that there is only one user, and that is my user. How do we create a new user? Let's see it. Click on add user. Once you click on add user, you have to type the first name, last name. So first name, I will type, for example, let me, Zia. Alright, so first name Zia, last name Rashidi, and then display name is Zia Rashidi, IT manager. So this is the display name, and then we have to use username. Username is basically the login name. So that is what Zia will use to log in. So we can say Z Rashidi. So Z Rashidi is going to be the login name for Zia at ktrains.onmicrosoft.com. So this will be Zia's login. Now you have to option to automatically create a password. Require this user to change. So we can say that, let's just say Zia is a new user. Zia is starting today. We have to create Office 365 for him. So now we created that. Now we will automatically create a password, and you can also send email, send password once you basically complete it. So we can say automatically create a password and require a password to be changed. Once you say next, now it is saying, okay, Zia is new employee. What licenses do you want to assign to Zia? Right now we only have one license type, and it is E5. It is 24 out of 25. Why? Because I have used one of them. That's why. So 24. So we will assign E5 license to Zia, and we will say what? We will say next. The location is also United States. Click on next. Now, do you want Zia to be administrator or no? So no administration access. No, Zia is not administrator. Do you want to make Zia administrator? You can. But we will study this in our other lessons. For now, Zia is just normal user. Zia is not administrator. Click on next. At the end, it will tell you the details. If it looks good to you, click on finish adding. Once you finish adding, now you see it is telling me username is this, password is this. This is automatically generated. Now I will copy this and then I will send it to Zia. And I will tell Zia, hey Zia, this is your username, this is your password. Change it when you log in. Okay? So, now, let's think that I am Zia and I am going to log in. So how do I log in? I will create a new in private session. So same thing. I am Zia and I will go to portal.office.com. Once I go there, oh, it's already logged in. Let me sign out from here. So it's gonna ask for username and password. Okay. So now use another account. And in here, I will do what? I will, let me make sure something. Okay. So this is the username for Zia. Click on next. And type the password. Sign in. There you go. Now Zia will say what? Zia will have to reset his password. Zia will now reset his password. and Zia now have the access to password. Okay, same message for security. Skip for now. This is for Zia. You see, this is for Zia. Zia can see Word, Excel, PowerPoint, everything. But if you click here, click on all apps, do you see admin? Do you see admin here? No. Why you don't see admin here? Because Zia is not admin. Zia is normal user. Why Zia is seeing Excel, Forms, Word? Because we assigned license for E5 for him. Correct? Now, let's do what? Let's create another user. Add user. Make it Inam Alimi and A Alimi. A Alimi. This time I will show you different thing. So automatically create password? No. I want to create password for Inam. I am logged in as admin. That's why I am creating another account for Inam. As user, you cannot create any account. You need to be administrator to have access to admin.microsoft.com. If you are not administrator, you cannot access. Okay. It is Parvez. It is Parvez. I have two browsers open. One is open for Inam, one is open for Zia, and one is open for myself. Okay. For Inam, we are not going to give him any license. Inam, no license for you. We will say create user without product license. And now we will say next, and finish. Okay, so this is Inam's user. This is Inam's user. So now let's go back. Let's go back to the browser. So this was for Zia. I will sign out from Zia's account because you now know how it looks like. Now we will go back and say portal.office.com. This time I will say use another account. I will use Inam. aalimi@ktrains.com, and this time I will type the password. Okay, I think I selected that thing. Okay. Okay, password did not match. I am typing again. Sign in. You see how secure Office 365 is? It is telling me that we have seen this password too many times before. Choose something harder to guess. So I am keep using same password for myself, for Zia, for Inam. Now it is telling me, hey, you're basically using this password for everyone. Try something harder. Try something different. Don't do that. So I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna change my password to something harder. So that is good thing about Office 365, right? So it is telling you that make sure you consider security. Skip. Now, Inam. Zia, please focus. So now, in here, Inam, if we click on App Launcher, click on all apps, do you see anything? Do you see Word? Do you see Excel? You see nothing, right? Why? Because we didn't assign any license. That is the magic. Okay. Now let's try one other thing. We will create another user. This time we will create it for Farhad. Right? Farhad Yusufzai is IT technician. Right? And we will make it FYOUSUF Yusufzai. And we will say automatically create, and this time we will say, okay, the meeting will end at 10 minutes. I will send the link again. We are using free version. Okay, required password to change. We will say that because we are recording this video, so we need to be secure. Click on next. This time we will say Farhad will not need anything, but Farhad is going to be administrator. Okay. What is his job? He is desktop administrator. So we will choose what? Help desk admin. I will explain each of them in our next class, but for now, you see help desk admin. Help desk admin is one of the administrative roles. So help desk admin role can reset password, re-authenticate, and you can see that manage service requests and monitor service health. So we will make Farhad as help desk administrator. And we will make him as user administrator. If I make Farhad as a user administrator, he can reset user password, create users, create groups, and do all those things. So just these two roles. And click on next, click on finish adding. Now you can see that I have what? I have Farhad created as a new user. And this time Farhad is the administrator. So now, let's go back and log in as Farhad. I will sign out. From Enam, and I will log in for Farhad. Now, use another account, Farhad. Click on next. What was his password? This was his password. Next. Okay. Current password. New password. Now sign in. And once we sign in, you should skip for now. We don't need that. If I click here, click on all apps, you don't see Excel, Word, but what do you see here? You see admin. Why? Because we give Farhad access as administrator for desktop for users. So now if Farhad comes here and click on add user, you can see that he can add a new user. So we will call it test, and we will call it test. So click on next, click on next, click on next, click on finish adding. You can see that Farhad created a new user. Farhad created a new user. Why? Because he had access. Now, if Farhad wants to delete a user, he will select the user and say delete user. It is now telling you, are you sure you want to delete the user? You can restore deleted user in 30 days. Whenever you delete a user in Office 365, you can restore it for 30 days. Up to 30 days. So delete user. Alright, so you can restore deleted account up to 30 days. Now Farhad is only help desk admin and user admin. Let's see if he can delete my account, because my account is what? My account is global administrator. So if I say delete, you can see that you can restore. Okay, that's fine. And now you can see that give another user access to Parvez Ilmjuz OneDrive. Give another user. So if I say delete, let's see what will happen. We couldn't delete the user detail. You can't delete your own account. So I am deleting it from where? I am deleting it from my own account. So I have to do what? I have to make sure that I am not deleting my own account. I have to log in as Farhad in order to do what? In order to delete it. So let me go back. I can sign out and log in as Farhad, and then I can try to what? I can try to delete. Okay, you can see that now it's Farhad. So if I click on admin and I skip for that, no, here. Okay, so you can see I am logged in as Farhad. So if I go here, I click on there, and then I click on my account, which is global admin. Are you sure? Yes. You don't have permission to delete this user. Why? Because I am the global admin and Farhad is help desk and user admin. He do not have permission to delete my account. So that's one other thing to consider. Global administrator is another administrator that has full authority in the in a tenant. So a global admin can change anything. He got full access. But Farhad only had access to create users, reset passwords, and do all those kind of things. We will study about those roles in our next class, but today you saw how to assign a license for normal user, how to basically assign admin rights, and you also saw how to create user account that is not licensed, and we saw that in practical. So this is your homework. Whatever we did today is your homework. You have to create users and test different scenarios and see how they work. So this is your homework. Alright, so that's it for today. And we have 20 minutes, and this 20 minutes you will practice.